Is this some sort of joke? The note is short. Bye. Nothing else.
I have to wonder if it's Jane or Sayonara.
I don't want to believe it, but I can't help but understand why she did it. This isn't right. Bye? That's all? That's too simple. Didn't we make a promise? Didn't we agree to see this through together? I said I would help. So why? Why'd you go decide to do it alone again? Crumpling the note in my fist, I cry out with all of my might. Only a few seconds later, I run out of her room like a madman to scour the town in search of her. I did not get dressed first. Can't find her anywhere. I know she'll never show her face before me again. But that doesn't mean I'm giving up. This'll drive me mad. I need to track her down, to yell at her for being such a huge idiot, but I can't find her. And now I'll never see her again. I'm hit with the somber realization that it's all over. She'll take on Roa by herself, and when all that's settled, she'll disappear forever. It's possible she may have already done so, in which case she's long since left the city.
Maybe.
Just before the insanity sets in, I can only think of one thing. The awful screech of cicadas echo in my ears. You couldn't hear those, like, yesterday.
Well,
I remember the lesson we learned, that Shiki can't hear cicadas.
Oh, okay.
I'm the cicada's husk.
That is a weird analogy, but okay.
My body is light, hollow, incapable of all thought. Is this what it's like when your soul leaves your body?
Maybe.
I can't even cry, but the legs attached to this empty shell still walk. Is that a thing that cicadas do?
Well, now he's just a husk.
Yeah, but is that a thing that cicada husks do, is walk around?
No, it's
like
just a metaphor.
Like an animal, relying on its homing instinct. Though nothing remains within me, my body guides itself back to its den.
To the mansion? That was Blood Red Moon 2.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So, final day?
Yeah. Day 12.
Okay.
The witching hour.
Ooh. He did go home.
I awakened to the sound of Hisui's voice. After everything that happened, I returned to the mansion, where I must have holed up in my room until I fell asleep. A splitting pain emanates from my eyeballs towards the back of my skull, prompting a sigh. That's fine, though. Nothing unusual here. I take my glasses from their bedside spot.
Shiki-sama, どこかご気分が優れないのですか?
Wasn't it noon?
No, he walked until nighttime and then went home. He looked all over the city for Ark and couldn't find her.
Doesn't that make this day 13, technically? Because...
Yeah.
The night...
Yeah, I know.
When he just stayed up all night waiting for her until 3 in the morning was day 11.
Right.
And then he woke up at noon on what would be day 12.
Yeah.
And then went home and went to bed and then woke up. in the morning. So this should be day 13, not day 12.
Yeah, I feel like the last chapter was 2 days, but whatever.
別に何もないよ。おはよう。
Totally. Totally fine. That's why I sound soulless and defeated.
But I'm not a virgin anymore, so there's that.
Well,
Give an offhanded reply and force myself up. It's somewhat surprising, the way I go through the motions. My body's on autopilot, even though I don't have any appetite.
朝食だろ。大丈夫。すぐに行くから。
はい。それではお待ちしております。
Hisui's expression betrays a desire to say more, but she quietly leaves the room. I take a look at my phone. No new messages. It's Monday?
Oh, yeah, wow.
This is day 14 then.
Yeah. Huh.
What happened to Sunday? It was Saturday.
Yeah.
Like, he woke up, it was Saturday, it was noon, then he went home.
Huh. Yeah.
Considering I returned Saturday night, that must mean I spent all of Sunday in bed.
Jesus.
It's a little hard to believe, but I guess the fatigue of the past few days finally caught up with me. I change into my school uniform and head to the dining room. After finishing breakfast, I drop by the parlor. As usual, Akiha and Kahaku are already
おはよ
inside. I sit down on the sofa and absent-mindedly stare at the clock.
兄さん、その早起きなのはいいことですが、今日は学校があると分かってますよね。
Translators. She did not use his name.
Oh, well, I don't think she ever does.
Correct.
The I know.
She's not using his name.
They're localizing.
That's no.
Because siblings don't call each other brother and sister in America.
Except that sometime, I mean,
Not to your face.
Go look at older, media where, it was more the formal conversations and such.
Maybe.
That used to be pretty common. And if they're supposed to be, formally speaking as like members of the aristocracy or whatever,
it makes sense.
It would be appropriate here for, this is perhaps making her more familiar than she is.
It is, yes.
So it's not really capturing the spirit of it.
So is he not dressed for
ああ、
school?
そっか。学校には行かない
Oh,
といけ
right.
ないよな。
School. That thing I totally do.
That absolutely slipped my mind, which is why I changed into my school uniform when I got up.
I don't think he did. I think he just came down for breakfast in his pajamas or something. Let me see.
Change into my school uniform and head to the dining room.
Oh, okay, yeah. Then what is she commenting on if it's still time before time for school?
With nothing left to do, I was fully prepared to keep going on as an empty shell.
俺には俺の生活があるもんな。何もやることがないなら、
That
とり
is
あえ
an
ず
odd
学校
thing
に
to
行く
say
よ
to your sister.
兄さん。
Akiha shoots me a suspicious look.
I'd say it's more concerned, but okay.
My mind isn't present enough to think of an excuse or an explanation. In the end, I leave the mansion without saying another word. Oh, you didn't even say goodbye to Hisui.
Man.
It's not very nice.
Yeah.
Oh god, now I have to deal with Tanshiro. Nothing strange or exciting happens. I couldn't say how many classes I've had today. All I know is that I'm sitting here, digesting the lecture without aim or purpose. Chalk clacks rhythmically against the blackboard. My right hand copies the equations and formulas scrawled on the blackboard into a notebook. Unbidden, I glanced out the window at the schoolyard. Feels like I've done this before. Of course, there's no one outside.
That was weird. What the heck sound is that?
What am I doing? Why am I attending classes like a good little boy at a time like this? Why am I returning to my regular student life without even bothering to look for her?
You looked for hours and couldn't find her.
It's pointless to wonder. I wouldn't have any way to look for her even if I tried. She chose to disappear. There's no chance of me finding her again if she doesn't want me to. Which is why I'm certain. This time, I've lost her for good.
Well,
Then someone took a picture.
I think... Oh?
A snapping sound rises from above my desk. It's nothing to be concerned about. I just gripped my mechanical pencil too hard and snapped the plastic.
Oh, man.
The class ends. As a din of chatter spreads over the room, only I remain silently seated, as though class had never finished.
遠野、ちょっと来てください。
The physics teacher calls out to me.
はい。何ですか？
I move to the front of the classroom.
ちょっとした確認です。最近夜遅くに繁華街の方で君を見かけたという報告が届いていまして、
That depends. What day?
覚えはありますか？
あります。ここ数日、深夜の街に用がありましたから。
おっと、本当でしたか。
Physics teacher dons a troubled expression, then gives me an apologetic
遠
nod.
野が夜遊びする生徒でないことは知っていますが、職員会議で問題に上がっていてね。生徒指導部の先生方が遠野と話がしたいそうだ。そういったわけだから、放課後は茶道室に行くように。
Message relayed, the teacher leaves the room with a nod. Class is finished for the day. When I pop into the tea ceremony room, I find it totally empty. The school doesn't have a dedicated counseling room. Usually the counselors will use the faculty room or an empty classroom or an unused club room like they're supposedly doing today.
I see.
I think the tea ceremony club was disbanded a long time ago. That sort of thing just isn't popular in this day and age. Kneeling down on the tatami mats, I wait for someone to arrive.
Uh-huh.
I bite my lip. There's no time for this. Yet I don't have any other choice. With clubs suspended and classes being let out early, the school's growing quieter by the second. This is seriously pissing me off. Here I am, sitting on my ass. No, you're sitting on your knees, bud.
Well, yes.
And for what? My own uselessness is making me seethe. But I've got no way to vent, so I sit here like some empty husk doing whatever I'm told.
何やってるんだろう。俺
Sitting. We've been over this. There's no answer. Tucked away in this empty club room, irritation grinds away at my chest as I await the coming of night.
You're waiting all the way until nightfall, and that doesn't strike you as weird?
Talk. With the resonant click, the second hand proclaims the coming of 6 o'clock. Nobody ever showed up. School currently closes at 4, and teachers are supposed to leave by 5, which would make me the only one left on campus.
If the teachers were supposed to leave by 5, why did you stay until 6?
忘れられたかな。
It crosses my mind that this may be a good thing. If anything, it gives me an excuse to not return to the mansion yet. It's not that I don't want to return, I just can't. Not yet. I relax my posture and get up on my feet. This tea ceremony room isn't half bad.
Yeah.
The lonesome silence helped me come to my senses a bit. It gave me plenty of time to think. About what to do, about what to prioritize.
Okay.
Well,
So, choice
I mean, there's
points.
not deaths here. This is clearly, like, the best option.
Well, yeah.
Which means we do everything else first.
Save first.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can save over that chapter.
This is also the last choice point on this route.
Yay! That close to the end, guys. Okay.
And we do eventually have to loop back to do that middle one.
Yeah, that's
where-
towards the top. Oh, there it is. Oh, down.
Was it that one?
That one.
Yeah,
In the middle there.
yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Gotta finish the route before it'll open that one up, though.
Well,
Go
Let's
back to
just
the mansion.
go be a sad sack.
Even
There's not
though...
a death here, though, so even that doesn't kill us somehow.
Yeah.
Time to just go
Okay.
home. It's impossible to track Ark down without so much as a single lead. Rather than wander blindly around the city, it'd be more productive to head back to the mansion and plan out my next move. I'm fully aware of my own powerlessness, but I can't just sit around and mope all day. All I've got is the ability to kill things, so I'd need to find a way to make the most of it.
Which means finding something to kill.
Felt really disjointed. Is that
Yeah.
just me?
Oh my god.
Oh wow, that was wildly short.
Okay, so it really is just having him come up with a plan before something interrupts him.
Okay, we'll go find Roa.
Totally. Okay, find Roa by myself.
Ark isn't going to show herself to me anymore. I won't be able to find her by looking,
But if you go to where Roa is...
so I need to reverse my approach. In other words, I should seek out her objective. She's searching for Roa, so if I find him, I'll be able to see her again as a matter of course. But that's not all. Finding Roa means I'd be able to help Ark at the final moment.
Right. Here we go.
My mind is made up. The next move is clear. I have to get to the city and track down Roa's nest by whatever means necessary. There's not a moment to lose.
And then, okay.
Uh-huh.
Let's try again. Yep.
What a pointless choice.
It's just to, you know, slightly change how you feel about something.
Time to look for Ark. No matter how impossible it may be, I can't think of anything else. I'll keep searching until I find her. I won't let her condemn herself to being alone again. This isn't how it ends.
Mind is made up, next move is clear.
Uh-huh, yep. I have to get to the city and track her down by whatever means necessary. Not a moment to lose. Yep.
Okay, into the hall.
Into the hallway.
Fine.
My feet tread through empty hallways. The school is bathed in the flame-red glow of the setting sun. They say the sun sets quickly in autumn. In less than a few minutes, the world will change. Night will fall. And the sky above has already grown dark. Black meets red at the horizon. As day and night intermingle, I find myself floating in a moment of vague twilight.
Oh.
Glancing up at the evening sky, I notice something unexpected.
The moon already out?
The moon is already out. A flawlessly round face watches me from on high. The sight makes me forget myself for a bit. The silver moon, its delicate edges carved into a surface as beautiful and pristine as blown glass. A vision so pure, so pale, so vivid, it feels like it might come crashing down on me at any moment. I feel like I saw the same moon as a child, in a deep, dark dream.
Huh.
Doki.
Hmm.
A sharp pain erupts from the scar on my chest. Doki. My heartbeat explodes.
Ominous Doki.
Blood vessels throughout my body dilate as my breathing turns erratic. Fuck, I'm having another seizure. Goddamn my anemia. Doki! Aggressive red Doki. Bringing a hand to my chest. I find my uniform has been dyed a deep crimson.
Your scar just randomly opened?
The wound is opened up. It's bleeding. Doki. It's hard to breathe. A terrible chill runs across my back like a sheet of ice against the skin. The shaking is painful. So painful it feels like my spine might rattle its way through my flesh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Thud. A dull sound mixes itself in with the frantic beating of my heart.
Oh. Footsteps, huh?
Someone is coming. From the other end of the hallway, a figure casts a long shadow across the floor. Their even, determined footsteps echo through the building. I have a bad feeling about this. It's different from Vlav, when I can feel the danger whip through the air like a raging wind. This time, a latent fear born internally rather than externally makes my entire body pulse.